Hello, my name is Tosh, and this video series is all about the gear I've selected to take with me on my Appalachian Trail thru-hike attempt. I'll be going over why I made some of the choices I made and some of the pros and cons of those choices. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my cook system. First, for my stove, I went with the MSR Pocket Rocket 2, weighing in at 2.6 ounces for just the stove. I chose this stove because it seemed like the lightest and smallest option. The stand was a little awkward to get used to, but other than that, it seemed fairly easy to use, which is great for someone like me who has never used a backpacking stove before. It comes with a hard shell case, which adds an additional 1.2 ounces. Some people vehemently suggest taking it to help protect the stove from damage, while others consider it unnecessary weight. I haven't 100% decided if I'm going to take it or I'm going to cut it to save weight, but since it's less than 2 ounces, I may end up taking it just to be safe. The flame is fully adjustable, and according to the website, the average boil time of this stove is about 3.5 minutes, under the right conditions. There are a few different fuel canister brands that are compatible with this stove, so while I'm hiking, I'll just use whatever brand I can find in the moment, but for now, I ended up grabbing the MSR IsoPro. This canister weighs 7.4 ounces, with 3.9 of those ounces being the actual fuel. I see you. Thought you were dead. All right, buddy, you're gonna have to get out. Next, I went with the TOAKS 550ml titanium pot, which I think is probably the smallest size I could get away with while it's still being functional. This pot can fit just about 2 cups of water, which should be enough for all the basics like ramen, Norsides, or even the freeze-dried backpacking meals. The pot and lid alone weigh 2.5 ounces, and it also comes with a little holding bag that adds an additional 0.5 ounces. Since the pot is actually big enough for me to store my fuel canister in it, I think it would be smart to keep the bag, that way everything stays nice and compact. And lastly, I chose the Summit Long-Spork, which weighs about 0.4 ounces. I specifically went with the long handle spork because I knew it would be better for eating freeze-dried meals, which I do plan to eat as often as I can. Obviously, they won't be my entire diet, but if I get an opportunity to stock up when I have access to them, I am definitely not going to pass that up. Freeze-dried meals are a lot pricier, but they do offer more calories per ounce, which means I can get extra calories in without having to carry a ton of additional weight. This is basically my way of trying to balance out the extra weight of some of my heavier gear. For the entire kit, it comes out to 14.4 ounces. I usually try to include some of the potential downsides of the gear I picked out, but honestly, there isn't too much I can foresee becoming a problem. From what I can tell, this is a pretty basic kit, and I can't really think of anything popping up and becoming an actual issue, other than maybe the stove itself just completely malfunctioning. So that's it for today. I'll be going over the rest of my gear choices in future videos, so if you want to follow along, you know what to do, and I will see you in the next one.